On today's segment of Sats on Saturday, I want to discuss with you the three things that I've witnessed, that I've experienced over the past week in this digital asset space. What's going on, champions? It's your coach MJ back at you with another episode of Sats and Success. It's time for us to learn and grow, so let's go. Um, I don't even know if I can call Bitcoin and crypto new anymore. 16 years in, and it's a very fluid space, right? There are a lot of things that are taking place in this space, and every week is different than the next. And over the past week, I've witnessed and watched some things, come to a realization of some things in this space. And that's the three things I want to discuss with you here on today. The first thing that I witnessed and came to a realization of this past week is that Bitcoin is showing the predictability of the human mentality. It really is. When it comes to investing, Bitcoin is really showing the predictability of the human mentality. Humans are very predictable in many ways. And one of the things about humans is we want things to happen quick, fast, and in a hurry. And trust me, I know that very well because I was one of the most impatient son of a guns on this planet Earth. To this date, there's still some impatience that I need to work out of my system. But humans are very, very impatient. We want things now, quick, fast, and in a hurry, which is why people play the lottery, which is why people will forever get schemed and scammed out of their money because they want to believe there is an opportunity to get rich quick. And so these schemes and scams that people come up with will always come up with will always remove people from their money because there's just going to be so many of us that want to get rich quick and will believe in just about anything if it means making a lot of money and changing our plight in life. But one of the things that wealthy people know and understand, one of the things that I have come to understand on my journey in building wealth is that you absolutely cannot build wealth if you don't have patience. Wealth is a patient man, a patient woman's game. It absolutely is. And you're going to have to exercise a measure of patience when it comes to building wealth. We got so many people in the space that are, because of the previous cycles, uh, are expecting or has expected Bitcoin in October to start its moon pump, win Lambo. Uh, so much to the point where because we haven't really taken off and had this parabolic rise, and people just simply sold off their life changing wealth and like, I'm done. I can't take this anymore. Literally, I see comments on social media where people have sold their coins and said, I can't take this anymore. All because Bitcoin and other crypto projects hasn't entered that parabolic phase that we tend to see in October during a 4-year halving cycle. Is that not crazy or what? Okay. Bitcoin at the time of this recording, last I checked, was sitting at $110,000 per coin. And people can't exercise a little bit more patience in holding on. Why, if you understand Bitcoin, why would you sell it in the first place? Why would you be in such a hurry to sell the scarcest asset humanity has ever seen? Okay. One of the things I religiously say, especially on this segment, Sats on Saturday, understand and know what you hold. If you knew what you held, you wouldn't be so quick to sell it because it's not moving the way that you want it to move. Humans are so predictable, man. And wealthy people know that, which is why whales, the people we call them the whales, the ultra elite, that's why they can play games and manipulate markets because it's easy to shake people out of their positions, whether it be in the Bitcoin and crypto market, the stock market, heck, the housing market. They can shake you out of assets quick, fast, and in a hurry because the human psyche is so predictable, especially when it comes to money and investments. So that's the first thing that I've realized this week and this past week, and it's a shame because we all are human. We all make mistakes, but people selling off their Bitcoin, people saying, you know what, I'm just not going to fool with Bitcoin. It's going to be one of the biggest mistakes that many people have ever made in their life. The second thing that I've noticed and realized over the past week is that the adoption of Bitcoin and crypto it actually slowed down. It sped up, but it slowed down. What does that mean, Coach? What are you talking about? It sped up, but it slowed down. Well, retail adoption, the rate at which retail folks are adopting Bitcoin seems to have slowed a bit. I remember, in its heyday, people were adopting Bitcoin at a fast rate. And it's still happening. Things are still moving fast in this space. Don't get me wrong. But the people that are moving fast are the institutions. That's who's moving fast. The institutions are realizing that they relate to the party, realizing they were wrong about Bitcoin and crypto. They are making up the stagger and they are scooping up Bitcoin and other relevant projects, crypto projects like Solana and Ethereum and XRP, and they're picking it up by the boatloads. But the retail people, uh, the adoption has slowed down. And Bitcoin was created for the people, not for these institutions and governments, right? This was a way for us to break free of the control of the institutions and the governments, people with deep pockets who want to control everything. Bitcoin is about freedom. It's about escaping a broken monetary system, a system that became broken because of greed and manipulation and incompetence. So we need that retail adoption to pick back up, and we need people to realize exactly who and what Bitcoin was made for. But that's the second thing that I've noticed over the past week. The third and last thing that I noticed and realized over the last week in this space is that the cycle is broken. I believe, and I'm happy to be wrong, because if I'm wrong, that means I can pick up Bitcoin at a much cheaper price if we go into our normal crypto winter, as we have over the last three cycles. But the cycles are broken. Bitcoin tends to. We've got only three data points um, to look at, but after the halving year, we go into the year after we go into this parabolic rise around this time of the year. And that hasn't happened yet. Bitcoin is consolidated, it's matured. Because not only have we not seen the parabolic rise, we haven't seen these volatile dips and corrections. We've seen some corrections, but nothing like we've seen in the past cycles. So the institutions are here. So that's different about this cycle. All right, they're here. You have institutional leaders like finally Jamie Dimon has bent the knee to Bitcoin and crypto. He has bent the knee to what was inevitable and what has been inevitable. But he's a banker, and so the reason why it's taking him so long to bend the knee is he understands that Bitcoin is the thing that's going to give him a ton of problems in his business, in his industry. But as I've said, you don't change Bitcoin, Bitcoin changes you. Just ask Jamie Dimon. But you got people like him and Larry Fink and, of course, Michael Saylor that are speaking and talking about Bitcoin. So this cycle is definitely different. And I do believe that, we were talking about a super cycle for some time now. Bitcoin is going to go into a super cycle. And I actually believe that's true. Um, if all signs point to it. Um, and here's the reason why I believe that. If you go back and look at gold, when the gold ETFs were announced, I believe that was in 2004, gold was trading at a price of like $444 an ounce. Yes. Gold went on to hit an all-time high of $1,900 after a 7-year bull run. From 2004 to 2011, gold went and had a super cycle. It was a super cycle. It was a 7-year bull run once the ETFs were put in place. I believe the same thing is about to happen with Bitcoin and crypto. It's about to go on a super cycle once the ETFs were created. Excuse me. Institutions came in and propped up the asset, the space, and there's no way with Trump's um, policies here in the future that Bitcoin doesn't go on a 3, 4, 5, 6 year bull run. Rates are going to come down. Powell's out in May. He's going to put somebody in there that's going to be friendly to the things that he's trying to accomplish. Rates will come down to 1%, 0%. Everything is going to go risk on. A ton of money is going to be pumped into the system. And risk on assets, hard assets like Bitcoin, gold, silver, real estate, they're going to moon. They're absolutely going to moon. So I don't see any way that we go into what we call our crypto winter. This cycle is different. How different? We're going to see. We're all about to witness something new for the first time in Bitcoin and crypto. And we're just going to have to see how it goes. But my message to you in closing is be patient and take the time to learn about Bitcoin, crypto, and this blockchain technology. It's going to change or revolutionize everything that we know monetarily. And the people that embrace it now are going to be the ones that benefit from it the most in the future. The people who choose not to embrace this are going to be the ones that's going to be hurt and devastated by not embracing this in the future. It's just as simple as that. Okay. It's Saturday. That means it's a lot of football to be watched. Some good games I'm looking forward to watching. I hope you guys are being safe and enjoying your friends and family on this beautiful fall day here in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I'm at. I don't know where you're at, where you're viewing from. Hope all is well. Again, I love and I appreciate each and every one of you guys that tune in, that smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this with someone. We're building a community. We're just getting started, and I'm learning a lot. I'm going to, over the fall and winter, do some things to enhance the quality of the content that I put out. I'm new in this space, so I'm learning, I'm growing, and you guys get a chance to learn and grow with me, and I'm excited about that. So hang in there, be patient with me. I'm going to bring some bigger, better content to you delivery wise. In the meantime, be blessed. Do something to be a blessing to somebody. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday for Motivational Monday as we prime our week for success. Peace.